would say the Steel Series. Steel Series, honestly.
Steel Series.
I'd definitely sit with the Steel Series.
By far.
Definitely the Steel Series.
If I had to pick one of these to pick up in game right now, it's going to be the Steel Series.
Gamers prefer our headsets. Find out why at SteelSeries.com.
The push from HellRaisers, and they're getting a lot of information here. CT's playing more passive approach. Simple is peeking out. He gets his head took off his shoulders by Angel. A nice shot from him. And that is going to give HellRaisers the opportunity now to push into heaven. They know it's probably going to be Bear. And now Adren's going into ramp. There is a player there trying to hold that one off. But T's started very well with his squad.
Yeah, indeed, and the pistol round is so huge on Nuke. If you don't get that, you are staring potential 50-0s in the face. But here we go. Are they going to be able to take out World Edit? Yes, they will. They already knew he was in there. He fired a shot and then just didn't have anywhere to go. Wasn't backed up by his team, meaning the B site now is looking extremely vulnerable. Now going to take some shots from behind. Turns, gets the headshot. And this is a 4 health. Mark Lau. Yeah, not the best odds.
Yeah, and he was also in Toxic, which is a very claustrophobic place to be locked down by 5 people. I think a grenade also bounced off his forehead, so it's just sad times across the board. And HellRaisers, this was their choice of map. They are starting on the more difficult side, and they've started off with a bang. And as you say, pistol round is absolutely massive for the T's. So getting that first is super, super good for them. But they're going to have to keep on to this. But you see a lot of teams will pick up the first round, and then they'll throw it away, getting caught off guard by CTs with pistols. Fair play to the CTs. They have forced up in this round. World Edit hasn't bothered to pick anything up. It's because he is the AWPer for Flipside. He may be thinking for the long haul here, the long story. A Bondic will get that first kill from Blue. And this is what I'm talking about. You still have to be careful. Just because you have weapons and AKs, it doesn't mean you've definitely got the round in the bag.
Yeah, that is definitely the case. And the pistol power, right? At close quarters especially. That's where the 5.7.1 dinks you. That's where the P250 can do very much same. If you can get those easy kills, that's a rifle, then you've got the armor, easy to work with. Plus, it's Nuke. Life is suffering on Nuke if you are a terrorist. And we'll see if no. Simple was looking for the 1D. Couldn't find it though.
Yeah, nice shot from out. And that is a spot that you're expecting a CT to be in. It's one of the more commonly used spots. But look at this from World Edit coming around from the back through Secret. He gets himself caught out and dropped down to 32 HP. And now Blade, with the UMP that was picked up from the corpse of Dozier, is going to try and make that work. But his teammates are falling all around him. Markelov is down. And it's going to be soon to be joined by Blade. Indeed he will. Mao gets that frag. And now World Edit's trying to come down with the USP. Does get the kill on the bomb. Stops that from being planted, which isn't a terrible thing, actually, because HellRaisers shouldn't be able to replant that, and they won't get the extra money. But still, HellRaisers do just about cling on.
Yeah, they held on to that, and it really was a tipping point, failing to get that 1D. It is something to note about that little spot, is it definitely favours the CT. Even if you know there's almost certainly someone on the stairs, he can be at any number of different positions where just exposing the top of his head over the stairs, and you have to come around the corner, so he can much more easily pre-aim for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're getting a couple of lag issues there, Spud. You're sounding a bit robotic to me at times.
Oh boy.
So hopefully that's not too much loss on your part. Guys, I will switch it to sub mode if you don't stop that in chat. Or can a mod do that, please? Because I'm kind of casting and streaming. But it's going to be an outside push from HellRaisers. And this time around, Flipside, understandably, will be full ecoing. Not going to be bothering to upgrade anything. No grenades. Only a P250 on Simple. He is going to catch on towards Dozier, but Dozier gets the frag much quicker on that trigger. And now you'd expect HellRaisers to pretty comfortably walk away with this one, Spud. I mean, realistically, they don't want to lose a single weapon. They want to keep that bank going forward.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem for them. They're going to be finding the first kill here. Now, will the second happen? World Edit. Oh, not even going to find him right now. I was expecting to have him have his trap sprung soon. Dozier jumps around the corner and he actually gets the first kill, not the second though. Still, one kill. It was pretty much a pure eco.
Right, I'm going to have to do this myself then. So it means there's going to be some FPS issues for a second, guys, while I put subscriber mode on.
Ah, yes.
Jesus. I did think I would have to do that, I'm going to be honest with you. But
Twitch chat really has brought out the knowledge of the different characters that exist.
Yep.
I never knew there was like an O with a dot above and below before.
It's pretty crazy, actually. It's pretty crazy. But we do have the first buy-up round from Flipside. They're going to be rocking out with an AWP as expected on World Edit. It's the reason he didn't buy up in that second round, so he could get this that much quicker. And HellRaisers, this is when it's going to become very, very painful. That's the reason why you mentioned before getting that pistol round is also important. Because they have managed to get themselves a 3-round foundation to build upon. And now the pressure's on Flipside. Because they know, look, we have to win pretty much the majority of the rest of these rounds if we want to keep ourselves on this map.
Yeah, it's such a huge swinging point between the two. If HellRaisers get this one, they can almost say it's a good half. World Edit going to start things off, though, and that's not looking so great. I mean, the classic example... Ooh, that is a good shot. The classic example at this point, you know, round probably not going to be going too well here for Adrian and Kucha. We'll see if they can get anything, but the classic example is just 12-3 into suddenly you win anyway at this point. World Edit just going to pop round the corner, look for the shot, and there we go.
Yeah, this is when they're really going to start to lock things down. World Edit with the AWP is fantastically strong on nuke, as he is on pretty much every map, and so that in his hands is definitely going to bolster their performance, I should say, going forward here. So HellRaisers, because of the 3 rounds in a row, are able to buy back up again without many problems. They do have a Tech 9 on Dozzy, though, which is not fantastic. And again, you'd expect Flipside to close this one out. So I'm quite interested to see if HellRaisers is going to try and potentially rush something or try a different tactic. But it appears to be just slow and steady again. Get the picks and try and convert that into rounds.
Yeah, I wouldn't fancy going outside right now, though. As you said, they've got the Tech 9, which isn't going to be great. And they're competing against World Edit.
Oh, that nade.
Currently keeping an eye out. Will he find a shot? No. The HellRaisers have made their way to secret here. If they want to go down, the option is open. Looks like they will.
That's exactly what's going to happen. But you do see this a lot from Flipside. They're okay with giving up the bottom site because they can retake very well. They play very defensively. But Blade has a mountain of work ahead of him because there are terrorists swarming his position. He's in the vents. He has just turned his back on Angel, who's trying to pre-fire on the corner there, see if he can get a cheeky frag. But it's Markov who opens up before being dropped down from Mao. And meanwhile outside, Adren is trying to move into position. So it's 1-for-1, 40 seconds left on the timer. HellRaisers can still pull this one out fairly easily. But Blade, in my opinion, is going to be a huge, huge integral part of this defense side. If he goes down soon, then the site certainly could follow.
Yeah, and there's 2 people low on A, but the push will be for B. Angel, is he going to find the first shot? Will find a lot of damage on World Edit. They're looking for the aggression here, but Blade comes out strong, finds himself 2 kills. That is going to mean HellRaisers, if they can get some kills now, this could be good still for them. They've got so little health to chew through, but so little time to work with. 7 seconds on the clock. Kucha has to hold this, and he does in fact manage to. Unfortunately, losing at the very last second to the 1 HP of Bondic.
Oh man, there's so many key parts of that round. I did highlight Blade was going to play a really huge part. He got 2 frags and very nearly closed the round out there for his team. And you called it. At one point, Flipside, they had 4v2, but everyone had like 10 HP. They were 1 bullet away from death. The issue is that HellRaisers just didn't have enough time to play with. They had to fully commit to that bomb plant, and in doing so, they left themselves completely in the open. But still, very, very close. Spud, you're still lagging like super hard for me, like robotic style. Yeah, are you getting much loss?
I'll have a look for the next
Seems a bit better
round
now,
or so.
though.
I don't know. It's weird. My brother isn't even online. Normally, that's what I blame if there is an issue like this. So I'm gonna have to go check that.
Okay, well I'll take it away here in this round then. While you do just that simple, gets himself 2 kills with the AWP. And that's Silo and outside that has been pretty much punished at this point. Blade in vents, sees Angel running across the side of him. That grenade is going to connect very much on the forehead of him, down to 52 HP. But the HellRaiser squad still find themselves at a 5-on-2 discrepancy. Kucha and Mao, last 2 remaining players. Let's take it. I was about to take it on board with Kucha, but he gets himself killed. And now Mao is in radio downstairs, control room, and he gets dropped. And that's pretty much a clear-cut round for Flipside. 5 men still standing. Very clean round for them. Are you back, Spud? He's not. So I'll carry on with the casting for now. Apologies for this, guys. Double AWP comp for Flipside. Nuke, of course, is definitely a map where that will work. You can take 1 outside. You can even take 1 into Heaven. Potentially 1 into Ramp. It completely depends on the team at hand. So let's see. World Edit is going into Ramp. And Simple is indeed outside. So this is a fairly standard opening for the CTs. A nice shot from Simple. And HellRaisers on the pistol round. I'm going to get a frag back with Dozia. I say the pistol round, of course, what I mean is the eco. They haven't gone for any grenades. They haven't gone for any Kevlar, which normally suggests that it is going to be a meat grinder. And indeed, that is the case. Markelov is the only player to fall for Flipside. And from 3-0 to 4-3, this is what we expected. But Flipside need to keep going forward. Because if HellRaisers can bag themselves another round or two, they'll be very happy with this half. Their CT side is immensely strong.
I'm back.
Hello.
I've literally run around the entire house and there is not a single other thing using the internet in theory. So if it happens again, it's GG Guernsey Internet.
I think it may be GG Guernsey Internet then. It's like
It's still happening.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's like quite robotic at times. It's like beeping
I'll try
almost.
closing every single thing on my computer except this.
Alrighty.
RIP Twitch chat.
Rip Twitch. Gone but never forgotten. HellRaisers do have themselves some weapons after the save last round. But it's going to be business as usual from Simple with 2 quick-fire kills. I thought he's going to look towards the silo where there is another player residing. That is a Dren. And he does look up there now to see the head just bobbing up and down. Does get a nice frag. And once again, Flipside on the cusp of winning themselves a very comfortable round. Just World Edit has dropped. They're not going to be too bothered about that one. Angel on 26 HP. Not long for this world. He's being surrounded. Blade now from the backside is going to get the kill. And 5-3 is your scoreline.
Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Seems better.
Are we? Okay. Hopefully. We live in hope. Sorry for this, ladies and gentlemen that are watching, because it's just a case of we are testing things out at the moment.
Sorry, I was taking a drink there.
So no worries.
I kind of just dropped the ball. You passed it over, and I was like, yep. But yeah, indeed. So hopefully it works out. Oh my goodness, Simple.
Wow.
Was that through smoke? I'm not entirely sure, but World Edit is going to be doing work with the orb elsewhere on ramp. And that brings it to a 5-on-2. Angel on 100% of HP, but his teammate was very low, and he has fallen. Mao did get a return frag in the process. That's a nice shot from Angel, but he's down to 28. And this has 6-3 written all over it, barring a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting flanked any second now. In comes the grenade. 7 HP, gets the headshot. But that's all for now. So, valiant efforts, and this is the eternal struggle of nuke, where you just trying to stop the CTs getting too much ahead of you, but you know, fighting a losing battle. Looks like they're going to force up. No, they do get a force up here.
Yeah, they get a force up. They're on round loss bonus now, so it's a slight perk. There is a silver lining to that very dark cloud that's hanging overhead for the T's, but again, you know, it's the rounds that they need to be picking up, and it is the struggle. It is the eternal struggle of nuke. One of the reasons why it was dropped from a lot of map pools for tournaments, because people just feel like it is way too CT-sided. Simple is going to be dropped first here in this round, but there is World Edit on outside Catwalk just peeking across, and he does get the return kill for his team. But this is a pretty good start from HellRaisers. It's the best start they've had in quite some time, so they really do need to convert this.
Yeah, I'm not sure if challenging outside is the way to go about it, though. They don't have the smokes to work with, and World Edit is going to take advantage of that every time. I'm going to push up and catch just the pixel of a shoulder walking past, but not finding anything for now. Dosia to get warded off by a Molotov, and it's going to be Adrian trying to find Bondik. Will actually get the kill in the end, as meanwhile Kucha also trades for another one, going in, getting another. Markalo now the only man left standing for Flipside. He is nowhere near where he wants to be.
Yeah, with nowhere near enough HP or grenades to back himself up, so this would be an absolutely ridiculous round if he was to win this, and a crushing blow for the T's confidence. This should be clear-cut for them at this point, and they don't even want to lose a weapon in the process. But Markelov, because there's so much money saved up on his team, he may think about going for this one, especially as Dozzy has just peaked, but Kucha is just going to sneak his way around from vents and get the easy frag. And that's what I'm talking about. There's 13k on Bondik, 12k on Simple. They're completely fine to buy back up again, and the next round as well, regardless of what happens here.
And that's part of why the pistol round is so hugely important. Going back to that point we mentioned earlier, it's just because if you don't shut them down on money early, you can't ever get to force the CTs onto an eco for the rest of the game, because you expect them to win so many in a row. For the moment, though, going to try and make use of this all.
Yep, indeedy they are. And Mao hasn't really been in positions where I think he could utilise that AWP as of yet. And it's World Edit and Simple both taking their AWPs outside. And they would not have expected that. That's what I'm talking about. Mal misses the shot, but so does Simple. And that could prove to be costly. No, there is Simple on the return. Gets the kill. And that's why I'm not entirely sure about that AWP pickup, Spud. It doesn't seem to do anything for the T's. I feel like HellRaisers have done much better when they've played super aggressive. And they've tried to force their tactics down the throat of Flipside. Hello, Mr. Spuddington. Are you there?
Aha,
hello.
Yes. I am bad at pressing my microphone mute key. Anyway, it doesn't matter well that it's going to carry on and shut up the run, but yeah, it's partly as well. Remember the old nerfs to the AWP, which have generated controversy, shall we say? Just because you can no longer really aggressively AWP and expect to get anywhere. Well, the CTs are always going to be in position on nuke before you are.
Yep, that's the problem now. They're back to another eco. Yeah, for those of you wondering why it's subscriber mode only, it's to stop the ridiculous spam that was coming in before. So I'm going to keep it this way for a little bit. I may try taking it off for the second map, but if people start doing stupid things again, I'll go back to subscriber mode. Either way, in the 12th round, there should be another clear-cut one for the CTs. I'd be surprised if something faltered for them here. And it looks as though it is going to be a pretty fast push outside. Angel with the P250 coming around the back of Simple's going to get the kill. The bomb was planted there, so that's pretty huge from the T's. They'll be very happy with this result, and a full eco to get a frag and a bomb plant. That's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, that's very, very solid. It was a nicely timed flash that enabled GOCL to dive down the vent and get the bomb plant there as well. So just as he was coming round, and you know, he had somebody out in front of him to make sure that he was drawing fire. Take the shots for me while I go and get some cash. Time though, HellRaisers onto another full buy. Still gonna have so many troubles though. We've seen them do some set plays for this outside push. You really need to be very careful about how they set it up though, because World Edit keeps tearing them apart. If there's even one position they're not covering outside.
Yeah, that's the issue, and a lot of times they're running two AWPs outside as well, so you can use these set plays, but oftentimes it will backfire for you. This is what I prefer to see from HellRaisers. That's just ruthless aggression from Adren. He does get the kill, and that's opening up B nicely. Blade, though, is going to be that man once again in vents that's going to cause them issues. Grenades lands right next to World Edit, knocks him down to 69 HP. And the bomb is going to get planted just about. I thought Blade had that spray through the little crate area. And now,
oh, Adrian!
It looks like HellRaisers are going to be taking this round home. World Edit's just been dropped. It's all on Bondic. He's outside of vents. And whereas a few rounds ago their economy was more than good enough to just throw caution to the wind, it's now in a bit more of a sticky situation. So they will be able to buy back up this round, but maybe not the double AWP comp that they've been running with. Yes, they will. So they're going to leave themselves in a bit of a sticky situation if they were to lose this. But again, they're on CT side, Spud. You'd expect them to win, barring a miracle.
That's always the expectation, but the double AWP, we did actually kind of see its weakness there, is that if you can find an opening and push past where the AWPs are, it's really hard for them to reposition, and, you know, retaking B site with two AWPs, just not even an option.
Yeah, indeed. And they are going to be forced onto a FAMAS, which isn't the end of the world. So I was actually kind of wrong on the call that I made there. I honestly thought the CTs were much scarcer in terms of money than they ended up being, so that forced play from Bondic actually wasn't too bad after all. So HellRaisers have lost the first player. There's Mal, though, with the return outside. That's the first time we've really seen his scoping coming to fruition. And that's going to leave outside pretty bare bones from the CT perspective. But again, they are very good at playing the CT disciplined and very much deep here, Spud. We've seen it from Flipside. If they lose the first player, they're like, okay, cool, let's just go into our secondary positions and just camp super hard.
Yeah, that's always the way to go. Certainly. Well, it is the only one that really tends to make the aggressive plays, but Markalau peeks out this time, gets himself a kill, and Mao going to return fire as well. So, 2 versus 3. Adrian sneaking around now towards A site. Only 30 seconds on the clock, and the bomb is still outside. This is very much looking like it's going to have to be the A play. The World Edit alert to the possibility of the secret push, but that is going to signal the aggression here. They are going to be making their way on if they can, but not to be.
So just bringing the scoreboard up for you guys so you can see who's performing, or isn't, as the case may be. World Edit 14 and 8. The AWPer outside. Simple's also got himself 10 frags. That's 24 frags between the two AWPers. That's not too shabby at all. on the side of the terrorist. Ozzy is 4 for 12, so he's bottom fragging for his team. But again, it is the T side, and they've got themselves 5 rounds here, but that is really quite a good half already. They'll be hoping for 6. If they pick 6 up, Flipside are going to have all sorts of troubles to try and cling on to this round. This half, I should say.
This whole map will be a huge problem for them, but Simple, he is not going to let that happen. Peeking out with the org of all things and getting himself 2 kills and about 70 HP to boot. Mao goes down outside as well, and well, now it's Angel and Adrian against the world. Looking like they're going to be going circling on around outside. Hook in hand, but World Edit hanging around on balcony.
Yeah, and meanwhile the terrorists very much split across the map here. Angel with the bomb in radio pushing towards ramp, and his teammate of Adrent is coming round from the back. So unbeknownst to them, there is a player, Markelov, who's just hanging on the side. He is going to have the upper hand, or is he? Angel comes round the corner and does get that kill. Markelov likely wasn't expecting that push just then, but he does get put 6 for under. It's still a very difficult round for HellRaisers to clutch out of the hat there, especially as Adren's just been dropped from the AWP of World Edit, and that's going to leave it on a 3v1 with 25 seconds. It is the last round of the half, so Angel has to go for broke gears. No point trying to save this one. He's getting tagged from the left and the right, and he's going to get dropped down. Was that a headshot from Angel onto Bondic in the vents? That was unbelievable shot, but he gets dropped anyway, 10 to 5, and HellRaisers will be pretty happy with that half.
Yeah, I mean, flicking 90 degrees straight onto the head, and he'd actually gotten his cursor right back around onto the next kill. It's just that with that amount of time, you're even if you somehow get both kills, which would be, enough to get you accused of hacking on a public server, like even then, you'd still then have no time to deal with World Edit and no HP to boot. So
and no time.
Yeah.
He was really low on time as well, so everything was stacked against him. But was it? Pretty valiant attempt. 10-5. Flipside. I would say it's, but they actually really need this pistol round. Yes, they're 10-5 up. On paper, that seems pretty good, but it's nuke we're talking about. If HellRaisers win this pistol, you're expecting it to be closer to 10-10 scoreline, and then from that position, Flipside are definitely behind. But it's going to be a fast, all-out push from Flipside on the T side as they just try and roar in through onto the A side. But here is Kutcher in heaven. He's shooting to his left, to his right. Picks himself up 2 quick 5 frags. It's now down to a 2-on-1. It's simple. This guy's capable of pulling off these clutches. But it's not looking likely. As he is about to get pushed. He's pulled himself back into Squeaky. He's going to have another read. Peek. The one dink is real onto Dozier. And he's looking for a second one. Kutcher and him are going at it. And he's going to get the kill with the last bullet. Simple gets the 1v2 clutch. And that was huge for Flipside. That could be the moment where nuke has been decided. Unreal pistol work.
That was incredible, that last headshot there especially. So good, and he was under so much pressure in that situation. All the cards were in Flipside's hand. They had more health, they had knowledge of his position, they knew where the bomb was, and they could easily cover it. They both were peeking him, he played the angles well, but still, in the end, came down to raw aiming skill. Simple came out well on top.
Your mic just disappeared and reappeared again. It actually scared me.
Oh dear.
It's like a
oh dear.
Popping.
What's going on?
I will say though, I think it was Kutcher he was against. As well as Simple played that, I think Kutcher is going to be heartbroken that he didn't get that frag because he had every advantage. Simple had less bullets than he did in the chamber. He had less HP than he did. I think Kutcher will be really face-palming right now, and it's probably a bit on tilt. So let's hope the rest of his team are saying, no worries, dude, we still got this in the bag. HellRaisers have 4 support with 5.7s, a scout, an armor across the board. And 5.7s, in my opinion, are one of the strongest weapons in the entire game, in the right hands.
I think it's better than the Tech 9 now.
Yeah, I would go alongside that. A lot of people may not agree, but I personally love the 5.7. It's a personal preference thing. And especially on CT side on nuke, you can really do a lot with this weapon. Dozier now in a good position to strike onto World Edit. That's exactly what's going to happen. Breaks the deadlock, and with 27 seconds to go, Flipside, they're going to have to get a move on here.
They've spent 1:20 doing, almost nothing. Then their push actually fails. However, just as I say that, they push in, get the kill. But Angel comes out of vents like a roaring hurricane. He will find one, and a second goes down to Dozier. Markelov goes down. And that is a round turnaround I have never seen so fast.
Unbelievable. And as if to prove a point, Spud, how good the 5.7 is, they just rip HellRaisers to shreds. So What do you say? That's just...
That was brutal. Jesus.
That's 2 rounds where the team winning really shouldn't have, right? Simple's clutch, and then suddenly the 5-7's reigning supreme. So both teams, you can pretty much reset the tilt-o-meter at this point. Both teams are back on a level playing field. That does put HellRaisers back onto pistols, though. Sorry, I should say Flipside back onto pistols. My thing's bugged at the top. It says HellRaisers versus HellRaisers. Who knew?
Huh, I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Hang on a second,
They're playing
maybe there's
themselves.
something wrong. I don't remember Flipside having that flag.
Oh man.
Oh well, it's fine. We don't take sides. We don't even know which team is which sometimes. Fine, we're unbiased casters.
As unbiased as you can get, we literally don't know. And Flipside do get themselves taken down from HellRaisers. So, Flipside are on the T side here, guys, and HellRaisers are on the CTs. I know it's confusing. It's just good old Volvo bugs. Thanks.
Yeah, I love that. By which I mean I hate it. But
I could reconnect, I guess, but I'd really rather not. We're just going to have to run with this same Flipside, T side, and HellRaiser CT.
If you need a helpful sort of marker, World Edit is on the side of Flipside,
yep,
and GOCL is on the side of HellRaisers. There you go. Remember, certainly, I say World Edit because it's kind of not a hidden secret at this point that he's quite a heavy component of Flipside's success.
He definitely is. He's one of their talisman. If he steps up, typically they do a great job. But look at Simple with the cheeky, sneaky beaky like plays. The PT-50 double frag onto Adren and Angel. He does get taken down, but has the damage already been done? Well, maybe not, because Mout, here's the cavalry coming through heaven. He's seen a second player, and he does strike. And the momentary lapse in judgment from HellRaisers definitely does get brought back somewhat. And there we go. Bombs dropped. That's pretty much going to be all she wrote for this round. HellRaisers should pick up their 8th.
Even so, it was very, very smart of HellRaisers there to kind of steady the ship. But that was a creative little play and good timing as well. I mean, he came around the corner just as he was looking away. So, nice stuff there. But, yeah, bomb down. World Edit. Good luck!
Oopsie, you're ridiculous, man. I just saw that in chat. Yeah, so again, if you're curious on what side is which, Flipside on T side, World Edit, last remaining player, 16 seconds on the timer. And there we go. Another quick, cheeky way to find out is obviously there are HellRaisers and Flipside logos next to the player, so you can see that very quickly. Apologies again for the delay. Not the delay, what am I talking about? The disruption is the word I was looking for with the team names, but it's just a Volvo thing. Not too much we can do about that.
Yeah, the things that happen sometimes. It's that's one of the things we love about esports, right? We have all the kind of mistakes that you can have happen, and then you can also have the technical errors that can go wrong. So it's like double faults as compared to normal sports.
It's good times. Or you could have Guernsey Internet. That's another one.
Then you've got a third point of failure. I mean, we're practically building the Titanic here.
Exactly.
What could go wrong?
Well, HellRaisers are getting themselves back into this game as expected on CT, but Flipside, their T side's been actually quite interesting. They have pulled off these plays like Simple, jumping on top of main roof and getting those 2 frags. And it's those kind of plays that could really separate these two teams when it comes down to the final couple rounds. Because I expect this to go down to like a 16-14 scoreline spot. I mean, hell, it could even go into a tiebreaker, sorry. So the overtime
is, but it sounds uncomfortable.
It does. Like, you're taking your tie off, but you haven't... Yeah, let's just carry on. 40 seconds on the timer.
Mindset.
And Simple is going down to secret. Overtime is what I was looking for. It could very well go to that. But he is going to get the first frag, drop down to 19 HP. And there's Dozier as well, so going blow for blow, but only 30 seconds remaining on the timer spot. And again, the T's could be timing themselves out of this round.
It seems to be Flipside's MO, though. They use almost all their time and gain almost no positioning, but then they force onto the site, and Adren starts to take them apart. There's no real hope for them there, and that will be the round end. Dozier making sure he gets maximum score, even though he doesn't have a kit. Got to do that. That's how it works in matchmaking.
But therein,
even if you're under 10 seconds, that's how it works.
But therein lays the issue with waiting so long to plant the bomb. Yes, you get the plant down, but that wasn't an eco, so I can't even say, oh, they got the plant down. It's all good. Yes, they get themselves a bit of extra money in the back pocket, but that was a full buy-up round for them. And in doing so, they leave themselves so vulnerable. You just saw HellRaisers coming out of every nook and cranny and shooting them down as soon as that bomb was planted. So it's an easy round for HellRaisers at the end. And they'll be happy enough to trade off these results. You know, bomb plant for a round, HellRaisers are completely cool with that.
Oh, absolutely. HellRaisers at this point, to my mind, they definitely looking at a win here, to my mind. Because, I mean, 11-9, yeah, you're ahead on the rounds, but you think it's less than 1 round to 3 normally. Nice shooting there. Obviously, starting things off well is the way to start off and lead to a round win. World Edit, though, somehow in a 2v1 manages to get himself that kill. Did have some guys behind him to help out. Gets Angel as well. 2 versus 4. Just as I start saying it, Caster's Curse. Dosia gonna try and return fire. Finds nothing so far, but Kucha has snuck out behind and he will get the first kill. Takes a lot of damage in return, though. Will be dropped. Meaning now Dosia is the last man standing and he's in a 1v2.
Well, he just gets that first frag there. He does have 74 HP. No grenades. And did just catch a glimpse of Markelov. If he can get this kill, you'd expect Dosia to clutch it from this position, but smart from Markelov, doesn't give his life away needlessly. In actual fact, they're pushing down towards ramp. So here we go. Bondik with the bomb in hand is going to be going down there. Dosia has... He sniffed this one out. His spidey senses are tingling. Or are they actually? He's still on A. He's got plenty of time to rotate. It's one of the reasons why CT is such a good side on nuke. It's very quick rotations. And he's down there into vents and he's got the kill. 20 HP to his name. Bondik is the last player and he tries to spin to get the frag. When Bondik didn't immediately react there, I thought Dosia had that one. But
yeah,
it is going to be 12-9.
He was looking at the wrong vent as well. I mean,
yep.
I don't know why he didn't try to reposition. To be honest, I don't know why Dosia didn't. He had enough time to be thinking about making a play, going around to window, or even just staying in place and waiting 5 or 10 seconds and then popping out, because that can totally mind game your opponent. They don't know where you've gone, they don't know what to do, but instead he just kind of, well, went for the obvious approach and could have had it work out. I mean, it did basically come down to a straight aim duel and came out second best there.
I feel like he may have been trying to force the play because the smoke was still down and he thought that may give him an advantage, but in doing so it actually worked against him. So yeah, I would definitely have been an advocate for saving a bit more time, reloading your M4, because he came out there with the 5.7, and it is a fantastic weapon, but of course want to use that assault rifle. Regardless, into the 22nd round, first casualty is World Edit, who has consistently been a huge part of the Flipside arsenal. Thank God it has fixed itself now as well at the top. Either way, Dosia is going to be pushing through into ramp radio, and he does get the kill, and the bomb's dropped. That is a huge frag, a lot of information as well for HellRaisers. That's a pretty brutal blow to 22nd round for Flipside.
Got to be thinking about saving realistically here, I think. It's hard enough to push in anywhere nuke. Worse if the enemy knows where the bomb is. If they can actually get it out of there, but at the moment they've just got so little health to work with. Oh, taken out of the picture. Oh, seemingly going for a pretty slow, long route around here. Markelov, though, actually does make a little bit of an aggressive move. Gets cut down in the end, though, and the long game there that was being played by Bondik also didn't work out.
And here is also the issue with winning a round on T side and then losing. Their economy is completely screwed now. That round loss bonus that was pushing them forward into rounds, getting them consecutive AK-47 buys, is long gone. And so this is going to be an eco, and HellRaisers... Well, this is almost guaranteed to be around for HellRaisers unless something just ridiculous happens from there and they have a massive lapse in concentration. So maybe Flipside are going to be trying a rush. No, they're actually going to be playing this one slow, which is interesting on a Glock round. They have a couple P250s, but a lot of teams will just go hell for leather and try and get in there and get a fast bomb plant. And in doing so, Mao is just going to say, thank you very much, I'll get the York frag. No problems. Now World Edit's pushing out into the crosshairs of Dosia.
Oh.
And this is just going horribly wrong.
Yeah, 2 people on ramp with M4s and you get flashed on the way in. Good luck, frankly, at that point. But with that, they oh, actually, they're still looking on a slightly dodgy buy, but they kind of have to force up here. Flipside don't really have the rounds to work with anymore. Now, whereas HellRaisers, even if they were to lose this one, could still buy up again. That's the economy advantage. That's why you've got to get those rounds early, because otherwise, when you lose that round loss bonus, you've somehow got to win 2 in a row.
Well, flip side. And credit to them. They've been trying different tactics. They've been trying to catch the CTs off guard. And they are keeping themselves in this game somewhat. And here comes the fast push with a flashbang as well. Adren didn't fall. And I think the T's will be pretty unhappy about that one. That was a set play to kill the player on catwalk, which was Adren. And the first casualty again is World Edit on the T side. And the bomb was dropped in a really precarious position. So flip side, this is almost deja vu from the last time they tried to push ramp. They are just going to scurry back with that bomb. So they do lose the first player, but at least they're still somewhat in this round.
Yeah, they are, but they've got so little to work with here. I mean, where do you push? God, you've already used some of your grenades. You've got 3 smokes, so maybe angle towards outside, but there's 2 people potentially to cover that if you push too deep. For the decoy, actually, there. Simple pushes up, Simple runs back.
Oh, Markelov made noise. Markelov made noise. I'm pretty sure Kutcher heard that one. So they're trying to sneak in, but they walked into a trap. As soon as they heard that ladder, they knew it was very, very unlikely that it's going to be a ramp or an outside push. And they set up accordingly. And now it's all on Simple. He's got himself 1. And that really, in a nutshell, is how important sound is in this game. It can completely wreck a strat that you're trying to set up, and they're back onto eco again.
Yeah, I tried playing Counter-Strike with only 1 ear of sound earlier. It was not good. There was something wrong with my speakers. Then I pulled the thing out and the whole computer crashed, but hopefully that won't happen today. I didn't tell Metas this before we went live, of course, just, you know, just in case, because tech issues.
Good guy, Spud.
I know, right? I didn't want you to not want to cast with me, though, Metas.
Oh, well done it. Goodbye. That is a Kobe and a half. That landed by his feet. Had 1 HP. So, a gust of wind would have took his life at that point. But it's just back to basics for the CTs. Lock down every angle on an eco round, and it will be yours very easily indeed. Bondik, Markelov. Well, just make that Markelov. Nice P250 headshot, but that's probably all he's going to get from this round. He's outside. He's been spotted. He's being sprayed through the wall. Down to 14 HP. Good night. He's dropped. And for the first time, actually, in recollection, HellRaisers are ahead in this game.
Yeah, CT side, you're ahead on rounds.
Oh, sorry, that's correction. They took the first 3 rounds, Spud. The first time since that 3-0, they've been ahead.
I'm glad you can remember. I certainly could. I would have totally trusted what you'd said if you hadn't. But yes, you are correct. At this point, though, flip side, they are staring disaster in the face. We predicted they would be the winners of this round, but they just have had so little luck with their T side. And even though they got the pistol round, they lost to the force buy, and that was really the critical point where they lost the momentum. Otherwise, they'd be sitting on, what, 14, 15 rounds right now.
Yeah, there have been quite a few plays that have separated the teams. You know, Simple's 1v2 clutch. I thought that could be the determining factor. Then you had the 5-7 clutches you're just touching upon there. So it's just been real back and forth action, 13-12, and HellRaisers have lost the first player in this round. It's going to be now dropping down. Simple with the AWP. The rest of the team with AK-47s and 55 seconds left on the timer or thereabouts. Going to be setting up for smokes outside. Simple going to be going in first with the AWPs. Let's go. Jump live onto him. He's peeking down secret. Nothing there just yet. And HellRaisers playing smart. They lost the first player, so they're just playing really deep. They're not giving anything away.
But they need to be really careful. They've done this to themselves before where they have no time because they spent so long jockeying for position outside. Moment, Markelov going to be throwing some flashbangs in onto A, kind of as a distraction. Looks like they're going to force out onto ramp here. They have made it, but there's only 20 seconds left, and they've actually been caught off guard. Their dossier was still waiting. They did get him in the end. But this is now looking at a 3-on-3 with only 10 seconds left. Kucha bursts out of the vent and gets the first kill. Blade is going to be in the smoke. Can't see anyone. Does get the kill anyway on Kucha. So now 2-on-2 with the bomb down. The situation has reversed a great deal. An Angel going down is going to be a huge disaster for the side of HellRaisers. They really wanted to lock this round down. So Adrian now, man against the world, looking to find anything he can, but Blade is smart. Blade knows, and he will find a headshot to close that round out.
Huge plays off the terrorist. That smoke was perfect. It allowed them to plant and then escape after the plant, and that's the important part. It's easy to get that bomb planted. It's escaping that really counts in these close confrontations, and that's what Flipside managed to do. And then Kutchup, well, he fell instantly afterwards, and he was the man that could have made the plays there. 13-13. Flipside don't have a fantastic buy-up, but they do have an AWP and 2 Galils with 2 AK, so it's better than the alternative that they could have faced off. And now HellRaisers, they're going to have to bounce back here, Spud. That's going to have dented their confidence somewhat, but they're still on the easier side. This is going right down to the wire.
Yeah, this should determine the game, this round right now, because if Flipside get it, they break HellRaisers' economy. If HellRaisers can get it, then Flipside, they'd have to be on. They'd have to let HellRaisers get to 15 to even be able to buy up again, and then they'd be on a T-side buy up against a CT side buy up, which is such poor odds in general. And in classic Flipside style, that means they're going to play it very slow, they're methodical, and it worked out last time, in fairness.
Yep, it's not the most entertaining CS to watch, but it is pretty effective, and they have been using it to devastatingly strong effect. So you can definitely see why they go back for that one, plus the fact they've got 2 Galils. You know, you're not necessarily going to win every firefight you run into. But look at this, again, 33 seconds. They've played the last minute and done by and large nothing. So they're going to have to start to do something here. Mao shooting out the windows, which actually screws with the projectile of the grenades. That's the reason he's doing it. But Adren and Simple are going to be going ahead and exchanging frags. That bomb has been dropped. This is looking good for HellRaisers, as it's just Bondic and Simple remaining. They're about to be attacked from the backside, and that's going to be everybody falling for the terrorists. And HellRaisers take that round. So you're talking about the economy being broken, not just yet for HellRaisers, but that's definitely the case for Flipside.
Yeah, here the best play for them is to play for overtime. What you hope you can do here is you wait this round. Oh, are they gonna? They're forcing. Or are they just putting themselves down to? No, I really don't get that buy at all.
They're playing for the win, and it's probably suggests to me that they may try a fast push through maybe ramp or into A. That's what World Edit's doing with the 1 dig. If he lands this, it's really good. He does knock Dozzy down to 6 HP, so it could have gone a lot worse for the T's, but Dozzy is still alive. They're playing for the win here, and they're thinking, like, if we win this round, then we've probably got nuke. But it is a high-risk, high-reward play, Spud. Make no mistake.
And the thing is, if they gotten the... Maybe it's the best play, I don't know. I'll talk about what my thoughts on it are later. For now, Flipside, they are facing a disastrous situation. HellRaisers have 5 men to their 3, make that 2. And now it requires some insanely clutch play from Blade and Bondic. E250, Tech 9. And there's 3 people on the site they're trying to push into. Kucha actually looks away, avoids the flashbang, but somehow misses him as he goes past. And I'm getting lag.
Yeah, GoTV's gone down for me as well.
God damn it!
There we go.
Okay.
So HellRaisers took it. Well, it's expected.
It was intuitive.
A 2v4 with pistols, you know, it's very unlikely. The other reason why they bought up there, I think, Spud, is because they could afford to again here. It's not fantastic weapons, but they've got themselves a Galil. They've got themselves grenades and pistols. So it's kind of like, do we want 2 crack at the whips, I should say, or do we want just the 1 and go like all in with AKs? Oh, Simple with the 1D. Goodbye, Angel. He is momentarily silenced. Now Simple's running downstairs into the sights of Adrent, and he gets put down. But very nice start for the T's. They're going to have to keep this going forward. I'm not liking that Flipside are waiting until 20 seconds with pistols. It's really not the greatest play.
Oh, and right now there's a bit of ring around the roses going on. Mao going to be keep himself out of their sights as they move around, and it's actually he that comes out on top with an unfortunate bit of team assist there.
Bondic shot his mate in the back, and they both got wrecked.
Ooh,
so,
yeah.
Awkward to say the least. Blade and Markelov, we're in a 2v4. Blade gets the first frag in this confrontation. Now switching across to him as he gets dropped from Mao. Nice kill from Markelov, but he's still got 2 more players to find and frag. He doesn't have the bomb either, but he does have an M4 to his name and a couple flashbangs. 28 seconds left on the timer. The bomb's in a really, really sketchy position for him, though. Out in the open, there's so many different angles for him to cover. I thought he had that kill there on Mao. But Dozier just peeks around the corner, and that will be 16-13. So HellRaisers pick up the first map here, which was their choice of map, to be fair, Spud. And now we're going to Overpass, which was Flipside's choice.